What's going on to all of my cancer crabs out there? How y'all doing? Let's get into it. You know me, we jumping right into it. So show me what's going on for cancer crabs. 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 And also too, I'm gonna start giving some people some resources. I'm gonna start giving people, these cards don't want to stay in my hand, but I'm gonna start giving some people some resources where I find my information and stuff like this so that they can go back and check it for themselves. So for the cancer crabs, you have the Ten of Cups, the Magician, the Moon, Five of Swords, Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands, Seven of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Fool. By the way, if this resonates with you, please make sure to come through and get any one of my services. The link to my website, which you can purchase any one of my services. The link to my Instagram page, in which you can follow me or hit me up for my services there. Or you can always feel free to get any one of my books at Amazon.com. All three of those links are in the comment section below. I really hope that those spirits didn't come back, because I had to banish them. I ain't banished them, but I had to tell them twice. But people be seeing spirits all up in my videos. But anyway, so for you Cancer crabs happen to be in a situation where you have the Ten of Cups, the Magician, and the Moon. So, so excuse me. So for right now, what a lot of you Cancer crabs got going on is there's some things that are moving for you underneath the surface, whether you are aware of it or whether you are not aware of it. That's working in your favor. It's working for you. The Ten of Cups represents you just kind of letting go of what's happening, letting go of all the people that have disappointed you. They don't matter to you anymore. Good, they shouldn't. Um, the Magician and the Moon represents you Cancer crabs looking at it like the new year's coming in. We're really close to the new year anyway. A lot of you Cancer crabs are looking at it for what it is. You want to be able to be in a situation where you actually understand that what you've got going on is very good. So what it is that you want is you want to be in a position where you can actually take responsibility for yourself. You realize that what you've got going on is very important. Your life is very important and you're enjoying it. You know, you're really enjoying it. And the enjoyment came from understanding the responsibility that, look, a person can't necessarily make you happy. You have to be happy with that person. And the Moon represents being by yourselves, staying to yourselves, being, the hermit crab, being the crab, you know. Crabs are very solitary animals if you ever really pay attention to. If you ever really pay attention to it, crabs don't really hang out by themselves most of the, hang out with other people most of the times. If you ever really paid attention to a crab for the most part really hangs out by themselves. For the most part, they really by themselves, because just like you Cancer crabs, a lot of you Cancer crabs don't think that people are going to get you, and a lot of people are not necessarily emotionally deep anyway enough to be able to understand. The Five of Swords represents this being a situation for you where, so the Five of Swords is that you've had to deal with so many different people telling you, trying to make it seem like you're not good enough, to the point where, they try to, sometimes some of these people tried to make it seem like you were trash, you were nothing, you were this, you were that, the Knight of Wands, and they were overdoing it. You know what I mean? They were overdoing it. They were trying to make it seem like you were trash. That's not necessarily true. I've said this before, you Cancer crabs have a very good, when you're using it, okay? When you're using it, you Cancer crabs have very strong, good intuition. A lot of you Cancer crabs are very good problem solvers, and you connect with people in a very subconscious, deep way. where you really want to understand the universe. You want to understand why are things the way that they are. And whether it is that you Cancer crabs know it or not, you do have a lot in common with Virgos. I'm just letting y'all know that right now, because the alchemical process of the Cancer crabs, which is the moon, is silver, and the alchemical process of Virgo or Gemini is quicksilver. So a lot of properties end up actually being the same, right? There's a such thing called a hermit crab. In the tarot, you have the hermit. So a lot of similarities with Virgo, some similarities with Gemini, of course. The Ace of Wands represents, so obviously the Ace of Wands, it hurt your feelings because a lot of you Cancers didn't necessarily want to create any kind of like difficulties where you thought that trying to get to know these people would be a difficult thing, or it would end up sparking something that you didn't necessarily want. You wanted to be in a relationship with these people, or you wanted some form of peace with them, but things didn't necessarily work out like that. The Seven of Swords represents this being a situation for you where the Seven of Swords is that so you felt like this person um went out of their way in order to have a problem with you. And maybe some of them may have had a problem with you or tried to go out of their way to do that. So the Ace of Swords is you just decided to be like, okay, then freak it. You're not gonna try to, hold on to something to where a person in a relationship who isn't even striving to be in a relationship, and keep you around. You're not trying to hold on to that. If you Cancer crabs see that the fact that they're not trying to hold on to it, I just see a lot of you Cancer crabs being like, all right, then you don't hold on to it. It is what it is. The Queen of Swords and the Fool represents, so what do you do? So the Queen of Swords represents how right now, this is why it is that you got the moon. The moon represents, because you have to learn, because you're going through this process right now. The moon actually was the tarot that came before the process, way at the end, which kind of made sense. The moon, right? But what the moon is trying to represent is these two cards right here, the Queen of Swords and the Fool, which is you taking a break, at least until the new year starts, 2023. And a lot of you Cancers really being in a situation where you trying to figure out, should you continue to dislike this person and hold it against them, right? Or kind of start to look at other people like, maybe you shouldn't let these people in. I don't necessarily suggest you Cancer crabs do that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, me and Cancer crabs may not have necessarily been best of friends, even though we could be cool. But I still, like I said before, I still admire Cancer crabs quite a lot. And I wouldn't want to see that for y'all. Then you have the Fool, right, which represents, or if you should let it go. So there's advantages and disadvantages. Anyway, so what in the world? Hold on, no, hold on. There's some cards that ended up in the other deck. What is this? Hey, anyway, the reading still came out cool anyway, so it needed to be talked about. So anyway, so let's clarify the Queen of Swords, right? So the King of Swords, Five of Swords, Seven of Swords. Oh wow, Queen of Wands. Oh wow, there's a lot of tangled up energy there. So the King of Swords is that, again, thinking about if you should like cut this person loose, um, you know, cut this person loose. Maybe you may still be connected with this person. You may still have this person's number. Give this person a piece of your mind. Tell them, tell them this, tell them that. You know what I mean? The Five of Swords. And this is you internally staying quiet, not saying a thing, letting things pass. So, like I said, a lot of tangled up energy. The Seven of Swords, the way that this person came at you, this person may have been disrespectful. The interactions that you may have had with someone that you stopped talking to recently, you think it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. Is rubbed you the wrong way. You have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands represents this being a situation for you where, but you realize what it is. You realize that ultimately you have to hold yourself with a certain level of dignity. Let's clarify the Fool, because these are the two most important cards to the reading, because all the other cards pretty much point to this, sums it up. These two cards sum it up. So to clarify the Fool, you have the Strength, the Four of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. Excuse me, Page of Wands. So the Strength and the Four of Cups is that, again, you want to be able to give that person a piece of your mind, but at the same time, you're not going to be out here getting yourselves caught up into that. You see the flaws in that mentality and you're learning to let it go. It's just right now, it may just be difficult. King of Pentacles, Page of Wands, this being a situation for you where, you know, uh, this is something where uh, this is a situation for you where um, the King of Pentacles and the Page of Wands is about how it is that you realize that there's no value in that, and that so you're moving forward with this. So ultimately, it seems to me like you're going to take some time to let those two conflicting energies battle with each other inside of you. But more than likely, the Fool is really going to end up prevailing, where you're just like, forget about it. You know what I mean? You're not even really seeking to tell this person off or any of that stuff. So, um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I'm trying to get this YouTube channel to go to 10,000 subscribers by the end of June 2023. Also, too, um, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop these videos. Peace.